Yo, what's up? It's comedian TK Kirkland. You listen to Signal 27 with this fly nigga in the back. Yeah. Yeah.
It's your man, comedian A-Train. Got my boy Gordon right here. Shout out to Signal 27, man. If you ain't tuned into that podcast, you ain't living.
Duval is your comedy cousin. That's why I'm with my boy Leroy Gordon. Check out his radio station, Signal 27. Signal 27, man, goes down, man.
It's your man Steve Brown. Y'all make sure y'all tune in to Signal 27 Radio. It's going down. It's gonna be stupid.
Hey, Kenny Williams, man. Make sure you check out Signal 27 Radio Show.
What's going on, everybody? I'm your boy, Christian, comedian Funny Bone. The Bible declares in Proverbs 17:22, a merry heart doeth like medicine, but a broken spirit drives the bone. Giving big shout outs for Signal 27 Radio. Do your thing. Stay humble, but stay clean. Funny Bone, much love.
Tyler Craig, when I ain't selling goddamn drugs to the kids up in high school, I'm listening to my man on podcast, Signal 27. Yeah.
What's up? This is comedian Jay Granger, man. I'm here with my boy Leroy. Y'all check out Signal 27 Radio, man. It's a podcast every Sunday, 6:30.
Yo, what's up? It's comedian Shang, at comedian Shang, and it's Signal 27 in the building all day.
Hey, I'm your boy Michael Kanye, world famous, world renowned, often talked about a legend comedian, and we rocking over here at Signal 27 Radio, baby.
Hey everybody, it's the bad girl of comedy, the original bad girl of comedy, Lunel, here in hot and sunny Los Angeles, California. But guess what? I know this. You're not watching or listening to anything if you're not checking out Signal 27 Radio, baby. All day. Stay there.
Hey everybody, it's me, Crazy George Wallace. I came down here to get some fish, wind up staying all night. But you can talk to me on Signal 27. That's the best signal you're gonna get. Ain't no clearer system. It's the best signal you're gonna get. Signal 27. And my man, Leroy. Yeah. Leroy, I don't know what his real name is. But I know I'm his real daddy, I know that.
No,
Hey, it's your boy Rodney Perry. Signal 27 is off the chain. Signal 27!
Early light, what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars
I can't breathe. Please, the knee in my neck. I can't breathe shit.
What's going on, y'all? This is the Signal 27 show. Yo, the conversation that we had before the show started is crazy. Y'all should be here.
Off the chain.
Shit.
Yes.
But before we get started, I want to thank you all for tuning in. You always can check us out live every Sunday right here at 6:30 on Facebook, YouTube, and Periscope. You can always listen to us as well on iTunes, Google Play, Spotify, iHeartRadio, and Pandora. It's because we are Jacksonville's #1 live comedy podcast.
Hey.
We are Signal 27. That's right. So, as you can see by the topic, we're going to be discussing Dave Chappelle's 846 special that he just dropped, like Beyonce dropped her album out of the blue. Dave Chappelle drops a special, and the special was like Truth by a Comedian. Yeah. So, where I want to let you all know is that it needed to be said. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But at the same time, it really didn't need to be said. But, Don Lemon kind of called him out on his. So he had to say something about not saying something. You know what I mean? But what he said was real profound. So I'm hoping white folks, y'all was listening. You know what I'm saying? Just, hey, shit. You know what I mean? So, but before I get started, I want to know is like, what did you all take from what he was saying? Keita, you want to start or?
Yeah, I mean, it was really, profound. I can't say that I'm a Dave Chappelle fan, so I've never really taken him seriously that much, and I don't think he's like that funny at all. But he was saying he's just not one of my favorites, but he has some deep things to say, and I love listening to many people's perspective because sometimes people say things that I don't even think about, don't even cross my mind as to why things happen. And it don't matter if they're black, white, whatever. I like to hear people's opinions and hear their views about things. So I thought it was very, very interesting.
How about you,
I like
David?
to watch things a couple of
I'm
times
sorry.
to digest stuff. It's okay.
My bad.
Just cut me off. I'm done talking.
No,
Hell.
shit, my bad. I apologize. I thought.
Damn, I just got a 2-minute time limit.
No, because when you paused, I was like, okay, she paused. She
Can
done.
I breathe?
Can you
Damn.
breathe? You got to breathe. Okay.
Okay.
My bad.
You got 2 minutes for a funeral.
You know what I'm saying?
But I'm going to watch it again because I have to regurgitate things and digest it.
To hear what he actually said. You know what I'm saying? What about you, Dave?
I enjoy the comedic wit of comedians in general. Watching Dave Chappelle and how he dissected the situation. Like, as a comedian, nobody focused on the time. He broke down the time. And, more so because it was personal to him. It was actually the time that he was born. But how many of us as comedians thought to look into the video and see how long this guy had his knee on this man's neck? I don't think we even looked into this. And it wasn't more so a comedy thing for him. Like, if you found the funny, you found the funny.
Right.
He needed to put his emotions out there, and like his response to Mr. Lemon, Sweet Lemons, or whatever kind of lemon he is.
Lemonade.
Sweet.
He said,
Lemonade.
I didn't need to come out and say nothing because the streets are going to talk. And I like the fact that he said it wasn't his place to come out and overshadow the events that were happening. Even here in Jacksonville, there was an activist that said, we don't need to hear from you entertainers and comedians. And I was kind of feeling offended by that, but, I was laid back anyway. But a lot of people are right. This might not be the time for comedians. A lot of people wanted us to return and start doing shows. I had people call me up, and I was like, I don't even feel like being funny.
Yeah.
And I don't feel like trying to make the people be funny right now. Sometimes you have to let the energy go where the energy is going.
That's right.
You, like I said, with my unit of belief, somebody wanted me to put that out there saying there's a time for it now. And it's like, wait a minute. I don't want people to use this to dumb down people's feelings and emotions, because that man was killed, and you need to feel how the people feel. You know what I'm saying? So I definitely don't want to be the face of what could be considered cooning, and taking an opportunity to say, oh, I want to make money, so I throw this out there and get money. No, I'm good where I'm at. So I love what Dave Chappelle did.
All right. What about you, Chip?
I love that. I think it was more so truth. And even fed up with him, even he was fed up by all the events he was talking about. And him and what's the other comedian name who broke down Candace Owens?
Oh, God.
You didn't see that?
No, I didn't see that one.
Not real, not. He came here. Who Jason know?
Oh, you're talking about the I know you're talking about dark skin brother.
dark-skinned.
I know who you're talking about. Yeah, go
JJ
ahead.
from Sid?
No, not JJ. No, it's another guy. He does a lot of the side-by-side videos where he see it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
But I can't think of his name.
Yeah, I know who you're talking about.
It was the same as Dave Chappelle. All they did was just break it down. They dummied it down for the people so they can understand. Some people can't understand a lot of stuff.
Yeah, the guy that blew up on Instagram, I can't think of it.
Yeah. My thing, but what else was it? What else? Is just like with him and the other guy?
No, finish.
See, he ain't got the light skin brother off. He's just going to cut us off.
No, I didn't. No, because I'm like, you get.
And don't ask me to go ahead.
Don't ask us to say shit else.
Light skin privilege, huh?
No, that's a daggone shame. You know what I'm saying? But listen, I think the entire special.
Ryan
that he
Davis.
did- yeah, Ryan Davis. That's his name. Yeah. Ryan, what was I at? Don't throw his name out there and mess me up. No, I think Dave Chappelle did it in a way to where it was tactful. And people were receptive of it. I think he knew that a lot of people are willing to listen to him say something about it because he's not about all of that bullshit. You know what I mean? So he's not going to sit up there and sugarcoat the situation. I like the way he brought in facts as to what's getting ready to happen. Hopefully you all are prepared. He was like, what makes you think that you can do this as a cop and this as a cop and this as a cop and then something don't retaliate? He said all of these things happen and then you had Christopher Dorner go on a killing spree, killing cops. He said, y'all keep doing it, and 9 cops get killed in Dallas.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So retaliation is going
4
to be
more after that.
Right.
And
So-
then the one Kevin Hart fan. That's what he said.
You know, all I'm saying is that when I was looking at, Keita had sent, well, no, it wasn't that. It wasn't the PBS special about Jim Crow. I was watching the History Channel about Rome and how Rome was going against Carthage, right? Two of the largest places during this time period. And Carthage had a general by the name of Hannibal. You know what I mean? Now, even speaking in reference to Hannibal, the History Channel does its due diligence to give you history in the proper way using actors of today. We know that. But when you have white folks still saying that Hannibal was white, we all know that Hannibal was a black guy. You know what I mean? Who went up against Rome. You know what I mean? When you have the power that be, which is in our today's time, Rome is the United States and the British colonies. I mean the British, or whatever you call it, Europe, right? Those are our Romes today. And we are the ones who are trying to not overthrow the government, but make changes so that everybody can live decent. You know what I mean? You shouldn't have to live in tyranny in your own home. You know what I mean? In the country that you stay in. Have to be scared out of your mind all the time.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
So, I mean, every black person know that at some point in time, you're going to get pulled over by the cops. You know what I mean? So the question, well, I got pulled over by the cops leaving out of my own, what do you call it, subdivision. You know what I'm saying? He was just sitting over there in the cut. Said I ran the stop sign. I'm like, but I didn't run the stop sign because I was getting my phone. You know what I'm saying? So I had to stop right there to get my phone because it fell. So while I'm getting there, he pulls me over and gives me a ticket. You know what I mean? But then the first question is he going to say, do I live around here? But I'm dressed to go to work. So you're going to ask me if I live around here. Why would you ask me that? Just
what you have
Well,
on?
I mean, he has a right to ask you that because there are people who are in the dark scoping out neighborhoods that don't live in neighborhoods. So that's fine. But when you said that he asked you a few times, like trying to basically catch you in a lie that you don't live here, that's where the issue is. After you answer him one time, you show him your license with your current address. I mean, he's a dumbass because if he stopped you on your street, he knows you live here. After that one time, okay, now you're being a smart ass. You don't need to keep asking me if I live here. And I remember you said he asked you a few times. He just seemed like he couldn't believe that you live here. I'm like, now that's where the problem is. Like, bitch, after I answer you one time, that's enough.
Right. I know what happened.
I'm sorry, I get upset.
No, I know what happened. You had on your flip flop.
You play too much.
No.
Your foot slipped off.
I
His elbows is out.
Get down.
Yo, I got jokes. Whatever, yo.
But that's how they be though. I get it all the time. And you always got to be the big black guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fit
Why?
the description. So Tiffany says that there are proven medical ramifications to racism. I would love to know how. I've never heard that before.
Well, I mean, look at it like I can kind of see where she's coming from.
Never heard that.
When you are put under a specific amount of stress versus somebody else who doesn't have the same stress that you have, you know what I mean? Look at it like this, right? You want to get a job, and if it wasn't for affirmative action, we already know the companies who are owned by white people would not hire you. So you got to have that in place, you know what I mean? Because the dominant society, who is majority Caucasian, wants to have a servant society, which would be us. They don't want us to be what they are. You know what I mean? So they'll put in laws and stuff in place to make sure that you stay in your place. That's what the whole thing was about when it comes to Jim Crow.
I studied that. I'm like,
Right.
Right. Stay in your place.
every time we got not even did more than, even on an equal level in different, different careers and things like that, owning different things, got horses and carriages just like you have, then they changed some shit to make us so that we can't have at least what they have. And I looking at those documentaries, I know I'm 41 and I'm just learning this stuff.
Yeah.
But I had no idea. Like, it was bad. Our people went through a lot of stuff, man.
Right, and it don't
Just
matter.
for looking the way we look, man.
And it don't matter what your status is. What was the guy? Yeah, he was rich, but this one in the documentary, he did all of this stuff saying that we can succeed even if they have these particular type of laws. But then when he went to meet them in the building, he had to use the what do you call it? The freight elevator. Couldn't use the regular elevator.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
that.
So it's like, yo, really, that's not the way it's supposed to be. If it's an elevator, we should all be able to get on it. It just makes sense. You know what I mean? But if
You're
the
talking
roles,
about
W.E.B. Du Bois.
Yeah.
Here's the thing: if the roles are reversed, because there's a point in time, because we had Tulsa, Oklahoma, we didn't need to have you there. Everything was run, and then even there was another place. I know that Rosewood is another one. There was another place that specified that, listen, you want to sell your land, you cannot sell your land to nobody white. You know what I mean? It's just not. That's not the case. Everything that's in this area stays in this area. They do that.
They do that.
You know what I mean? So my thing is, if it gets to a point to where, okay, you want us to work in your system, fine. Because honestly, tell you the truth, you need us more than we need you. If you decide to just leave us alone, we're going to make it, because that's what we are bred to do. That's what we do. You know what I'm saying? You create red line for us to keep us in ghettos, and then you don't want us to shop or provide us with the food. You did give us the worst of the food, but then that worst of the food you put into the stores and make it the highest price food. Like, you would throw chitlins at our ancestors. But when they made it a delicacy, you saw that, oh, they like it. You know what I mean? Now, when you try to go get a bucket of chitlins, it's almost $20 a bucket. You know what I mean? Not saying that I eat
Stop
it.
eating it.
There's going to be a little bit in that bucket.
Don't
You
eat
know what I'm
that.
saying? At least when you,
You just know how much it costs.
yeah, that's it. You know,
He
Right.
do when we walk past. He's like, "Oh my god!"
the bucket of chickens, chilling, $21, $22, and all I can think about is that little gray film that be on the top of it. You know what I mean?
Gross.
Back in the day, it tastes good with hot sauce with some celery on the inside. But I'm not saying what I ate.
I smelled them in Alabama when the first time they cooked them. I was probably 12 years old, and they cooked them in Alabama. This lady,
like
she only had about 2 teeth in her mouth, but she was cooking the chitlins.
You ain't need teeth to suck down some chitlins.
I know.
Or suck a lot of other stuff. You don't need no teeth. Good talk. I'm just saying. What teeth got to do with it, David? No, I'm just playing.
Most of them want chitlins in
I was
there.
just
Put
being-
hog maws in there.
Yeah, hog maws too, or pig ears.
I was just being descriptive of someone that could cook chitlins the right way, because they said you can't eat everybody chitlins is what they said.
Yeah, because sometimes they leave that doo-doo in. I mean, okay, never mind.
Here's one thing that I find is true. Well, somebody said, this is so true. All white people, all
All of them.
have this same answer. They know they don't want to be black. Either we can't go back to Africa.
Yeah,
They
go back
can't-
to your country.
They can't go back to England and all that either.
Right.
So we got to stay here with one another.
Right.
Now, either we gonna stay here peacefully, or we just gonna kill one another.
Yes, y'all are.
Always be that point.
Yes, y'all are. Yeah.
Getting in that crowd.
But you know what I never understood, y'all? Like, why do they call us people of color? Because in the crayon box, white is a color too. Like, I don't understand it. How are we people of color? And again, they turn more colors than we do.
Come on.
But why are we labeled as people of color? Like, can somebody help me
I
understand?
can help you understand when they die and you leave them out,
black.
they turn niggles. They become niggles.
So we have to hope that God, the universe, and the ancestors get rid of the people that are such a problem to other human beings. If they have spent all their time trying to belittle and dehumanize people and treat people badly, then it's only right that the universe, God, and the ancestors make the proper corrections.
Well, I think they're gonna get theirs. If you look at it, every culture that been genocide, except them, really.
Why can't we just love one another and live in peace? Like that would be great.
Because
they don't want to do
they
that.
can't take over us. They did Native American, but they can't do the black culture like that.
Well, without
I just
destroying
want to
themselves.
love people and have peace. I don't want
But see,
to.
but
I
that's
don't
the
want to
thing.
be scared to drive
But
back and
that's
forth to work because
look
I'm
what
black.
Bob Marley
Like,
did. Look what Bob Marley did. His daddy was white, and you never heard him talk about nobody white.
Right.
He just sung his music and vibed, and it just brought people together.
The point is you don't even have to. Like Keita said, they're gonna look at you and see what you have and say, I don't want that person being equivalent to me or having more than what I have.
And that's what black and white about.
That even happened in my subdivision because there's only 10 houses back there. And my house was like the first one built, and it was the biggest one. After about 6 of them was built. So we were at the homeowners association because we control our own homeowner association. And the one name, hey, do you know you have the biggest house? Well,
hold on, wait a minute, Dave. Is that how it sounds?
Yeah, that's
Seriously.
you need to be more concerned about protecting everything around here than everybody else because you got the biggest house. Then somebody else came and built one bigger than came. Hey, their house is gonna be bigger than yours. I was so happy on the inside. I was like, yeah, let them build it big. Let it be bigger than mine. Because I don't want you to Black Wall Street my house. Okay, leave me alone. Don't touch Oklahoma me. Okay.
You see what Trump trying to do? Trying to have his little thing.
Yeah, now I've seen.
Juneteenth.
Yeah, in Tulsa, I saw that he rescheduled or rethought it or whatever the dumb.
Yeah, they would have burned it.
Was.
They probably would have burned that down.
And Mr. Steve Harvey was on the show. Was like, y'all he don't know. Like he don't know about Juneteenth. That man, the only way you can be that stupid is to be that smart. Like for real, there's no way that he did not know about Juneteenth.
They marking it.
Come on, man. Like
they marking it. They had some of them people with cloths on, Kuta cloth and all that stuff.
Or Malcolm X said they're gonna do it.
Nancy, I think it was Nancy Pelosi. Hopefully nobody photoshopped that picture. But all of them had on dashikis and things over their mouth, African garb over their mouths. And it was like, why? Why y'all doing that?
I just don't understand. I just never thought we'd see this.
They trying to get everybody emotional and upset.
Yeah.
Why we won't call Africa by his real name? Don't they got a real name?
A Kubala? They got a Kubaline. This guy got a shirt out about it.
My whole thing is with the entire situation at hand that we are in, it's all jacked up. I mean, honestly, it is. Because what was the dude from the alt-right? I can't think of his name.
The one got punched.
Yeah, he got punched. But they had some videos of him that he
when his bodyguard was carrying him out, a black bodyguard.
I don't know if it was a black bodyguard, but all I know is that he went on a rant, a tirade talking about my grandfather would have owned you. You know what I mean? It's like when you have that mentality of thinking that you have the right to own somebody, you deserve to get your ass beat.
He got an interview with Charles Barkley and another.
Then I was like, dog, it's like that.
And I don't seriously think that.
And that's the problem.
Hey, y'all, shout out to my man Terrence Butts that's on here. He's from West Palm Beach, and he liked to hang with the white people. We was over in Okinawa, Japan. He used to play that country music. We wearing boots and all that. I think he didn't want to run up in the white women. But
wow. Well, hey, Terrence.
Listen, the one dude that knew karate, right, was all around big buff dude knew karate, and I guess Butts was down there one night, and he messed around calling the N-word. So Butts threw Clorox in his eyes and beat the brakes off of him. Wow, that was so funny.
Oh my goodness.
That jump was so funny. He came to work the next day all black eyes and blue. See, one thing about it, when you get beat in the military, everybody gonna see it. I got beat one time. I ain't gonna say I got, it was even, but I'm light skinned. So I had some black. Yeah, man, it was good stuff, man. It was good stuff.
Yo, so what's up, Butts? Thank you for tuning in. We appreciate you.
What's up, Terrence?
Yeah, you a chef down there in West Palm cooking up something.
Yes.
All right, keep cooking.
Kicking butts.
Cooking.
Fellow
for that
devil
butt.
dog.
So, but at the end of the day, I think back to Dave Chappelle. No, I didn't. Back to Dave Chappelle. He mentioned Don Lemon. Yeah. He mentioned Christopher Dorner. And then he also mentioned Candace Owens.
Yeah.
And I don't know what's wrong with this heifer.
She's just a little squirrel rat.
I think Ryan Davis broke her down. I think he actually broke her down to the T. She's just hurt.
You think
that was my first time seeing her when she said that comment on Ahmaud Avery, which I thought was totally out of place. And Tariq Nasheed said don't give her any energy because it doesn't help you at all to give her any type of energy.
It doesn't.
But she
act like she don't exist.
No, she just like
she got a zaddy.
No, she has a platform that's created by them, and they need to have people that look like us to down us. You know what I mean? It's the same thing with Stephen A. Smith when he talks about the basketball players and everything like that. But then when he mentions something that's against somebody's other race, then they fine him for it. You know what I mean? So
Right.
it's stuff like that. So when you have the powers that be that control your platform, then they kind of hold you by you pretty much you're a hung nigga pretty much.
Yeah.
And they can tighten that noose on you or they can loosen that noose up.
When
And
they
you
get
want to
rid of-
keep that noose loose.
But Leroy, I have to go to what Neely Fuller Jr. said, that we are all prisoners in this system, and that we don't have the right to judge how other people survive in this system.
Right.
And that helped me out a whole lot, because y'all know I used to be on my coon
That's
campaign and
good.
all that stuff.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I'm not even going to mess with these coons no more, because they're not even going to stop.
Yeah.
And then you talked about Africa, and it's a good lady over in Gambia, and she's saying the black people over there are more coonish than the ones in America. Because if she tried to say something to the Europeans or the colonizers, they come after her and attack her. They're like, why is you bothering them? You know, so it's
because I think we're probably out of all the black culture, we've been through the most.
Yes.
So we're probably more hurt, but we're probably also the most tired. And most of the time, most of your people are going to go with whoever has the most power because they don't want to be hurt. So if the power was to have changed and black people were empowered, are we going to run this entire country any different than the Caucasians? Because the Caucasians are the one who taught us how to be how we are. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I know most of the times we do want to just live in peace.
Yeah,
I know
I
that's most black people. We don't. And if you give us enough, or if we have enough to be able to work and do our job and provide for our family, we cool. We just don't want to go out there and do what the PBS people were doing. Not the PBS, but the PBS documentary about Jim Crow. Is that we're not going to go out there and just beat people up just because somebody said something. We need tangible proof. Back in the day, a man could say,
What you say, too?
The days over with. They still do it now. They
Right.
say the wrong thing.
But I mean, like back in the day, they would say a black man raped a white woman, and 100 white men would come into your town, and they would treat you like trash.
They will hang you.
Or kill, yeah, you be hanging from a tree.
Or they'll pull you out of your house and kill you. They in the PBS documentary, there was a guy they said raped a woman and pulled the girl out of her house. She was 17. They took him to the woods with his friend. And then in the back car, they had two women that was in the back car, and both of them were pregnant. Now, they hung all four of them. All four of them, they hung them, even the pregnant women. So it didn't matter if you had a baby or not. This is how evil the thought process, because I can't ever think about, I'm going to look at this woman and hang her with the baby still in there. So what they did, they saw that the baby was moving in the stomach. They cut the womb out so the baby can fall out, and they stomped the baby.
Well, Leroy,
Go
I'm
ahead.
fighting hard not to share this because it's only opinion. I have done no research on it, but I've heard it from one of my sources that, you know, that they feel this is what is happening. For us being the first people on earth, supposedly the black man was the first man. If you listen to any of these religions, they'll tell you we was here for years before they was even here, before Yakub created them and everything like that. So they said that these black people said, how are we going to rule and not fight amongst each other, and that there was a certain group of highly intelligent black people that got together and said, the only way we're going to be able to control all the people is to create a white face to blame it on. And supposedly that group is still in place, but you'll never know about it. And they have conditioned us all to point our anger at the white people. Now,
So you're telling me that there is a group of black people higher than
more
the
intelligent
group of white people?
That's a thing that I heard. I have, like I said, I haven't
Okay, you said
researched
you-
it.
okay.
But if you watch Hidden Colors and they show the first president, there's a Moor standing behind that president with his head wrapped. Back during that time of so-called slavery, black people weren't allowed to wrap their hair and stuff like that. So you would question, why did these Moors allow them to take over and treat us this way? Could it be true that there's a certain group of people that knows who's actually running this earth? I don't know.
That sound like some
bullshit. Okay, my bad. I'm just kidding.
It sounds like some.
I'm just kidding.
What did they say? No, it's okay. I'm just saying. Like I said, it was a theory I heard. I don't stand behind it. But what did they say? The greatest trick of the devil was making people believe what?
He didn't exist.
That he didn't exist. So I don't know.
It sounds like some They Live type shit. You know what I'm saying? Have you ever seen the movie They Live with Roddy Piper? The people had they mind was covered up until they put the shades on and they really started seeing what was really going on.
Right.
It was a good movie.
I mean, it was.
Well,
one black dude in there.
One thing about it, whatever the truth is, it's gonna be revealed. We just went through a phase of all these different moons. I don't know if y'all experienced them or not. Lunar moons and all that. And being an empath, I should have not been in social media. I should have not been interacting with people. But I didn't know at the time. I learned a couple of days afterwards that I should have been shut up like a hermit somewhere.
Shut up.
And sometimes you got to do that. So try not. I mean, you can't say don't get involved in social media because it's so much and they're coming at us rapidly and they don't want us focusing on our higher self. So we get bombarded with a whole lot of stuff right now. And it's for a good reason because they don't want you thinking. You start thinking and you're a problem, even amongst your own people.
That's
you
true.
mess around, get on social media and say, we think we need more legislation against the police or we need something good for the future generations. And your black people, shut up. You ain't out here in the streets. You ain't boots on the ground. Shut up. All of a sudden now you got something to say. I went out there and got my head beat in. Go ahead and get your head beat in, bro. I done did my time as a soldier. It's time for me to sit back and let y'all do what y'all got to do. Feel me?
So my friend Maceo says that we are blessed to be born in different shades of color, i.e. high yellow to blue black. It's the categorization of those shades that we have compared to the other races. The only color or shades the other races share is a temporary tan.
Uh-oh.
Bam. And it is beautiful that we can create like all shades. Even in my family, there's so many different shades of us. You know, it's beautiful.
What's the name?
My
Got a
family
lot
don't
of
like
shades.
me. I'm like the only shade different from all of them.
Donald Trump got a lot of shades because I've never seen orange.
Yeah, he orange.
And then when you peel the orange and then have the white, he's like a whole orange eye.
I think he got sun kiss tattooed on his neck.
Wow.
What's that orange that with the Walker Naval orange?
So Ed
with
says,
chemo hair.
Ed says, what about the black high school boy who got hit with rape charges by a white girl? After 10 years, she admitted she lied, fucking up his college football scholarship.
Now they should put her in
It's
jail.
still happening. The only thing is they're not hanging the black men. They're sentencing them to freaking
They
jail.
did in California.
Well, let me just say this, because see, a lot of people and my boys have to learn. A lot of us grew up thinking we can hang with them and stuff like that, and even me as an adult, I don't hang with too many of them because I know a lot of them have false compassion. They don't really give a damn about us, so I'd rather alleviate that right from jump. And, but my sons wouldn't listen, and right now my oldest son on here arguing with some lady, white lady, I guess my youngest son used to go over to their house, and I mean, they going hard at each other on there. And he posting up the comments and all back and forth, and I'm like, why you even talking to this lady? Because you now your emotions out there, and you putting them on Front Street.
Well, that's the new thing.
So it's like, that's why, and then this recent film I did, I got selected to find a white male actor. And I'm like, why she choose me to find a white male actor? I don't have friends like that, So, but, I had a few actors I could call on, but I don't vibe with them like that for the simple fact, I don't want to give them that comfortability that they can disrespect me, do little jokes, and they so intelligent to tell me what my thoughts supposed to be. I just don't have the patience for that. Not I don't dislike them. I have no problem with them.
Right.
I just, their energy is something I don't want to have to answer a question about something that's self-explanatory. And you're going to ask me something that's self-explanatory.
Like your hair?
Yeah.
Like your hair, you know what I'm saying?
Right. So,
you know how Europeans do it.
So,
what do you mean by your hair?
Well, sometimes
this nigga.
In law enforcement, sometimes in the building that I work in, oftentimes white men see black girls with our braids and our crochets and things like that and go, gosh, why does she have all that hair on top of her head? Well, because she want to, or if I get braids and I take my hair out, let it breathe for a week, and I get it braided again. Oh, that's gonna make your hair pop off. Like, you don't know my shit better than I do. So I mean, I know you like black women and stuff. You dated black women and stuff, but you don't know my shit better than I do. So like, let me do my thing. Yet when they see a white female with her bun on top of her head or her hair hanging down where it's supposed to be, they don't say anything. And so I started saying, well, okay, y'all don't say nothing about her hair. Like, I'm the whole comfortable, just be quiet thing. I'm over it. And you know me. I'm patient. I'm chill. I'm done. I'm over it.
You think it might be, since they are a recreation of their ancestors, that they want your hair to resemble what they look like as slaves?
Well, I don't know.
No.
White people, they fooled me.
That's something to think about.
And I got one more question.
They wear the most extensions, though.
Exact, but refuse to believe that white women wear extensions.
Yeah,
they get them just clipped in and infused in their hair more than black women.
Bo Derek and Rachel Holdershoff, whatever her name is. But Keita, I want to ask you, but some girls, I have seen them that they had this long, heavy hair in a net bag going down their back, and they don't have really dreads like that. So I'm like, why would you have that much hair that's not even yours? It's fake and it's putting strain on your neck. Like, too much. You know, I never said nothing to them, but in my mind, I'm like, I'm not gonna carry something so heavy.
And you can see the muscles in their neck.
I mean, that's their choice. I don't personally get braids and stuff that's too heavy for my head.
Right.
But I want to protect my hair. I don't want my hair exposed like to the elements sometimes, to the sun and stuff. I want it to grow out longer, so I braid it up so that I don't have to bother with it.
Right.
Condition my scalp so I don't have to bother with my own hair, which is why I get extensions. I mean, like braids and crochets and stuff in my hair. I mean, I can't say why people get the amount of hair they get. That's up to them.
Yeah.
But I mean, just like with the fake eyelashes and the plump lips and all this extra crap that females get, period. That I see a lot of them getting a lot of stuff.
Well,
the white girls dye their hair purple and green and blue, and don't nobody say nothing.
Yeah, they get fake asses and fake breasts and all that.
If a black girl go and buy a blonde wig, oh, why she gotta be wearing all of that? That ain't even hers. But you ain't say nothing when the white girl dyed her hair green or blue. Like, what difference does it make?
But you know, some of us don't pay attention to white girls at all.
Yeah,
I mean, the wiggers.
It just bothers me that there's just always a question when it comes to
Double standard.
our identity and what we like to, how we express ourselves. And then the white girls come in with skin tight uniforms. They can shorts. But as soon as we do it, oh, she's dressing like a hoe. But you ain't say this white chick, her ass is out right now.
But
maybe they hoes naturally.
Some of them do have.
Her booty is her thighs. It's all like one. They skins are onesie.
Oh my gosh.
Really?
Some white girls do, have nice shapes. But I just don't understand how we're always questioned about how we express ourselves. And white women do whatever they do.
Right. And here's the thing. Here's what I think. Because I have been guilty of seeing a dark-skinned girl with like blonde hair, right? And saying something because my personal preference is I don't like that. You know what I mean? But that's just my own personal preference. But I also point out white chicks with the Skittle face, you know what I'm saying, with the Skittle head, you know what I'm saying? So I'm like, yo, it looks retarded, but you can look retarded.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I just have an issue with my people looking kind of special needs. You know what I mean?
Right.
Well, I mean, but to them, they think they dope. So like,
yeah, they be all at there, and then they got the little blemishes in there.
I saw a transgender guy came in the supermarket and he had his hair all different colors, and right there my spirit said some people need to look different because they look ugly for real.
Well, he changed his whole identity.
Yeah, he did. And he tried to look me right in the eyes, like a stare down, and he was upset about something. And I just was like, man.
He wants you to confide.
Yeah, he wants you to hold him.
No, I already saw he was struggling, bro. He was struggling.
No. Well, but listen, all right, on a closing note.
Slap him with a perm so he can be
because we're getting ready to move on to the next segment.
Panty liner was dirty from the beginning.
We went straight into the show.
Okay.
We didn't introduce to nothing.
No, we didn't. Everybody know. Here's the thing, because
but you got to say the clear guy.
Listen, I've come to the conclusion that we've been working with the same crew for a little more than a year. if you watch the show, you know who we are.
What's a
You know
little
what I'm
more?
saying? Huh?
What's a little more?
What's a little more? Okay, fine. God
more.
damn it. My name is Leroy Gordon. You can check me out at thelastleroy.com. David, say something.
Yeah, David Emanuel.
That's him right there. since this motherfucker right here want us to say his name, that is the illustrious comedian right there. What's your name? Big Chip. That is.
He sounds so creepy.
And then our resident invisible man. What's his name?
Ed the Fabler.
Ed the
Mr. Eddie.
Fabler.
He's being safe in his home to make sure he's not spreading
Coronavirus.
or exposing people to
Coronavirus.
Corona can't even see him.
Right.
Right.
Government.
And then the young lady that's sitting on the couch, the one and only Officer Arthur.
Lakita Gordon, a.k.a. Hot Chocolate,
Hot chocolate.
Chocolate.
a.k.a. Fat D's,
AKA Sweet
Slim
Juicy.
Waist Fat D's, ah.
AKA.
AKA Motorboat.
Hashtag these
Yo,
titties. Okay.
But on an end note, I think what Dave Chappelle did was outstanding.
It was
Genius.
good.
It was genius.
I'm gonna watch it again. It was good.
And the thing about it is that you didn't need to laugh. He had some laughs in there.
Yeah.
But it came to the point to where it really wasn't necessary.
No.
It was very informative and I enjoyed it without having to have a laugh every time. So that just lets you know that you can be a comedian and have something to say. He also mentioned a chick that told Kobe Bryant who told what's the dude's name? Who played for the Cleveland Browns and played for
LeBron
Cleveland?
James.
Yeah, LeBron James. I don't know
talking about
LeBron
the Cleveland
James.
Browns.
Right, but he in Cleveland was in
That's
Cleveland.
football.
He in
You don't
LA
know
now.
LeBron?
I don't watch basketball like that, but nonetheless, the woman who told LeBron James that
dribble.
he should just shut up and dribble.
Yeah.
I told a
Never
man
Caucasian.
She
Right.
really said nigga.
Right. But
They
then
say
she
what they
let-
want, then they apologize, and we supposed to just take it. I'm sorry.
No.
Right.
No.
No, but then she said when Drew Brees said what he had to say that it was good for him to have an opinion.
Right.
So she's so too. It's one time. Okay,
That's-
they can say something, but we can't. So that's why we need to have our own platform.
She's
Yeah.
ugly both.
See, Leroy, that type
She
of
ain't
false
two-faced.
compassion and just it's not good to really build with them like that, man, because
Well,
that's the way they're gonna do you. I mean,
we did
history
that.
shows how they treat us over and over and over again, and it's okay. Acknowledge how they treated us and go forward, knowing that they are suspected to treat us that way. That's just it's simple.
Once they catch on to that, they'll just try something else, do something else.
Right. What we need to do is before we even begin to try to build another Tulsa, Oklahoma, we need to make sure that we have a definitive plan in place
Tulsa,
of
Oklahoma.
protection.
Yeah, you're gonna need some protection.
You're gonna. That's it. We need to have a
Some
secondary.
condoms? Y'all doing all this?
No, I'm just saying. So
We shouldn't.
Yeah.
I feel like they have so much. You have so many resources. You have so much. You have generational wealth. Leave these people alone and stop killing them.
But here's
it's just that
But
simple.
it doesn't
Here's
matter how much they've always had more and owned everything, yet they don't want you to come close to having what they
come
have.
up.
So that don't matter what
But
they have.
here's what I
We ain't
come
gonna
to the
never be
conclusion.
equal in their eyes, so we need to stop focusing on that.
On them.
There you go.
There we
Right.
go.
That
when
makes
you-
sense.
When we take the attention off of wanting to be part of their establishments, wanting to be part of their business, part of their
Holiday.
Hollywood and their holidays and all of that, and when we opt out of all of that and do our own thing, that's when we'll have success.
Right.
But we have to also know that we need to also come to the conclusion that we need to protect ourselves. There should never be another time where they come flying and dropping dynamite over our towns, or they can just come running to our towns 100 and 200 at a time.
Y'all gonna have to
And-
hold some of them hostage in a basement somewhere. Though.
No, it's just that we need to just make sure that if push come to shove, if they bring in the war, we need to take it to them.
Get you a couple of them, put some
Strategize.
dynamite to them.
Right. It's just as simple
Tie
as
'em
that.
up. You need
Protection
some
is the key.
bargaining chips. You a bad bargaining chips.
Man, get them Mexicans on our side and dig us a tunnel.
No, we don't. Not, yeah, nah,
Yeah.
we don't have no friends in
So
this game.
Tiffany said, check out the new social media website, NU. It's a new social media platform that's for us and owned by us.
Okay.
Okay, and you?
NU.
Okay.
And you?
All right,
Do
we're
it.
looking at it
All right,
now.
so I'm
And
going to
you.
go ahead and definitely check
you.
that out. So, moving on. First, I want to say thank you, Dave Chappelle, for putting that out.
Yeah, thank you.
The
Dave.
next segment that
You
we're
welcome,
gonna have
Wow.
The next segment that we have that comes part of the show that we do every Sunday is going to be Lakita's segment where she pops on in. It is Lakita Gordon's Just Asking.
I'm just saying. Hey, pop, pop, pop,
pop. Pop.
That's a dry pop. You got to wet your lips. Don't pop. Don't do that to me.
Hit it.
So
hit it, Dickums.
I can't.
So my question of the day is, if you were single, or as whoever is single on the panel, I'm just saying, I'm not putting nobody out there. Would you all could you ever see yourself dating outside of your race? Why or why not? For me, I used to be able to easily say, yeah, I would probably not mind that, because love is love and you feel how you feel about someone. And I still in my heart believe that. However, I'm not sure I 100% with that anymore.
What made you change your mind?
Just from what I've seen and been going through with white men and white people, and my opinions of what's been going on with, police brutality and the systemic racism and things like that. You just think somebody's some way and they're not.
Right, and that's what I want to bring up a situation. I read an article where a young woman was dating a man. She known him for like 5 years and thought that they were cool. Dated him for some months and saw, and just to let you know, she is black, he is white.
I saw that.
And he has been abusive to her physically, right?
Mm-hmm.
But she stayed with him. She stayed with him. And then one day she saw his text messages. And in the text messages, it was him saying to his friends, I can't believe I let this black be at my house again. Man, you should do something, man. I can't stand these N-words. All to his friends, right? You know, and it's like, okay, when you're dealing with the other race, there's a chance that, yes, there could be love there. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, definitely.
But there could be some underlying issues. I don't, and I'll just answer the question after you. I don't think that I could ever date outside my race, because I need for the woman who I'm going to be with to understand what I will go through. You know what I mean? I don't need for you to just show compassion. I need for you to know that. I need for you to like physically know and spiritually know that, okay, when my man leaves the house, he has a lot that he's going to have to deal with. You know what I mean? And understand where I'm coming from when I say that this white woman at my job said this and I couldn't cuss her out because I know that the manager is white and I'll still get in trouble. You know what I mean? Even if I take her to HR. You know what I mean? That never happened. I just threw that out there. I'm just saying. But if it was to happen, I know my wife would understand and know because of the color of my skin of how I can be held back. You know what I mean? And I think sometimes that split there, just strictly on race, could have the other party who I might be with, who is white or Asian, they might not understand where I'm coming from because of their background and their upbringing. Why can't you just do the job? Why can't you get ahead in the company? Well, the reason why I can't get ahead in the company is because I know I'm more educated than the person that they're hiring, but they won't give me this position because, you know what I mean? I need for you to understand, you know.
Bleach your skin, man.
No, I ain't never doing that.
For me, no.
You wouldn't?
No.
Why wouldn't you?
No. My people done suffer too much for me to go outside and make another race like happy. We wasn't never happy like that. And they just talk about us. They talk like we just some piece of scum of the earth.
You retarded.
No. I wouldn't personally, but I don't have no problem with people do.
Right, right.
Love don't have no skin color, nothing like that.
I agree with that.
But me, no, I need somebody to understand me.
Because brothers, kings, y'all go through, man. Y'all been through.
No, I would never say if I was single that I wouldn't fuck outside the other race. I probably would. I'm just saying if we was not together and I had the opportunity to fuck like a Chinese bitch or a white chick, I would probably fuck them, but I would not be in a relationship. You know what I'm saying? I fuck all these bitches, but I'm just saying.
Wow.
But I'll be so upfront. I'll be like, well, listen here, baby, listen. Hey, you is just for today. That's it. You know what I'm saying? I can't be with you forever. You know what I'm saying? But you is good for a night. You know, take this $120 and
Wow.
how the minutia out this bitch. You know what I'm saying?
That's 3. You can get 3. They 40 now.
They 40. Yeah, you better take this $40.
Wow.
Get your, you know what I'm saying? Run, bitch, run.
Okay. How about you, David? Did you already go?
She gonna see you.
No, I didn't.
Leroy.
I didn't go. I was contemplating my answers because technically I'm dating outside my race right now. My wife is Jamaican.
But your wife, if she didn't open up her mouth, they see her just like they see us.
Right. But some things that I may be more sensitive to as a so-called Black American, she's not as sensitive.
Oh, okay. I
So,
understand.
it seems different, and I often wondered if I would have married me a true American ghetto girl, what my life would be like,
You'll be in jail.
Yeah. So I don't think I would date outside my race, even though I do like the Orientals somewhat because they're kind of obedient and freaky at the same time. And you don't have to fight with them as much. You know what I mean? Because something about these melanated women, boy, you got to prove you're a man. You know what I mean? And then you don't want no female you can push over anyway. But if I was to date a white woman, it would have to be for the benefit of my people. So she would have to be a billionaire. Her head game would have to be fire, and she would have to swallow.
Okay.
But I'd rather not, though. I've never been good at dealing with white women. I've never been able to have sex with a white woman too many games, and it just never happened for me. I did kiss maybe 2, when I was younger, but it wasn't nothing real special about that. I was just trying to fill a quota. I was trying to fill, get that checklist on my checklist.
Oh, okay.
But I never got it checked.
Baby, where your lips at?
Kiss in the mouth, check.
So
baloney lips,
yeah.
check.
But no, man, I believe our melanated sisters, goddesses, got the ones that know they are goddesses. You know what I'm saying? It's different. All of them are goddesses, but some of them don't know it. They have a whole lot of power, and for a man, they can take it to the next level. I get a lot of people that I interact with. They'll look at my relationship. Oh, but you got a woman, so you get to do this, that, and the other, whatever. And they kind of look at themselves, and they might say, well, I wasn't able to do that. Right. So either a woman's gonna help you or she's gonna destroy you. So you want to pick the best goddess you can, because just like how important that queen is on the chessboard, that woman in your life is just as important, if not more. Yeah. So to have the right one is real important. So
even if you don't have the right one, you can build. You just can't be emotional with how she's coming at you, and you have to understand. Okay, yes, okay. Oh, I've been doing this because women can see what we don't see, just like vice versa.
Yeah. Oh yeah, yeah. And I love going off a woman's intuition. Like I like tapping into that.
Yeah. I like going off women. Intuition.
Well, I don't have a problem with interracial dating. I just.
I'm not finna do it.
Yeah, I'm not gonna have no white woman tell me what to do. I've been slapped the skin off her face.
What?
I'll be damned.
Nah, I'm just going.
Wow.
I'll be locked up, brother.
But how would you know? Like a white woman could be the woman of your dreams. You just don't. You wouldn't know unless you able to try. You wouldn't know.
She gonna still be like that black dude when she talking about the only thing I call him is my nigga.
Wow.
And he accepted.
No, our
he think it's funny.
Our relationship ain't gonna be right because I don't even like black people to call me that word. So
that's why you just play slavery.
Right.
So Ed says, when you meet a woman, I don't automatically know her sexual preferences. You learn it. Mixed races have to teach each other about the depths of racism, just like you do sexual preferences. I mean, I can agree with that. I can agree with that. And some are willing to learn, and some are just conform to the way that their ancestors taught them.
Right. And sometimes
so I agree with that. Ed.
Sometimes you are just a fetish.
And what if it was only white women on the earth?
Then I would not be in a relationship, but I will slang this meat.
What makes them good enough for you to have sex? But
who's your muggy? This banana in your mouth.
Yeah, but when you lay with somebody, your spirit, the energy and the spirits are on you, bro.
And that's more important than that body.
I don't ever have that issue.
You don't know that you have.
Okay.
Unless you tell them to leave your body, they still own you.
Absolutely, I agree with that.
Here's the thing, right? At the end of the day, we know that women equate sex and love, and then they get emotional. Men don't have that issue.
Some
men.
Some men don't. Some,
Okay,
some
well,
do.
Yeah, I know a lot of men that got themselves in some situations, and I'm
Yeah.
like, well, damn, man.
Hey,
There's a whole lot of women out there.
are they overly emotional men?
One of them that I wasn't emotional at all, and it
Mm-hmm.
surprised me. But then the majority of them are, they
Right.
are.
If you're not, I just feel like I never had put like love and sex into the same boat.
Mm-hmm.
Never have. I can, you know what I'm saying? I love
am.
you. You know what I'm saying? It's just not that I never did that. You know what I'm saying? I know it's a part of.
You need to do semen routine.
It's always been a part of
You are
of the
detached.
relationship.
You are not balanced.
Of the relationship, though. It's always been a part of the relationship, but I never equated that. Like it's like, okay, well, okay, we're gonna do this thing. It's gonna feel good. It's gonna
used
work
to be
out. But
like
once
that.
it's done, it's over with into the next session that we do. You know, what
I
I'm
used
saying?
to do that till I started wanting to become stronger spiritually. And then spiritual. If I was single today, bro, I wouldn't be sleeping with a lot of people. I wouldn't even want to have sex with most people because if their life is dirty and their mind is dirty and their spirit dirty, I don't even want them coming on me.
Come on.
Because
Can I get some on
that's
that?
gonna get on my pubic hairs. That person is gonna be
In your like
it's on you.
It's on you, yes.
Like and you feel that. And it's
Yes.
like I don't even, and you can be fine as hell. But if
Yeah.
you a nasty, bitter person or whatever, man, I ain't even interested.
Exactly.
And I be seeing females now. That's why I be like, I don't like them on my timeline up in that picture up top because they know a person like me don't want to let sex energy control me. So what they did is put it on my timeline because they know I'm not going to scroll through and look. So now they got these women. Why all these women up on the top of my timeline half naked? For what reason? Even during this thing when people was getting killed, I'm like, damn, how you showing your ass
well,
and
they
doing
half
all
naked
this?
because that's what they putting on there. That's on the women.
But shouldn't you put some clothes on with all these people getting killed on the arm? Like,
Well, you can easily fix that.
my dick don't need to be getting hard than this man that got murdered in Brunswick. You know,
You
I mean,
can easily
damn.
fix that.
How? Tell me.
Delete them
Oh, you talking about delete?
or,
I need fans.
unfollow them. I mean, well, I'm just saying, if it's an issue for you, you can fix the issue.
You can fix it.
But
Just
see,
delete
it's a man thing. You want
Well,
it. You don't want to see that, but you do want to see that. Like y'all be wild.
Wait a minute now, because some people
just
come to
put a
my
condom-
show.
Wow.
I need people to
Put a
come to
condom
my
on the
shows
computer.
now. I need people to come to my shows.
You know,
and buy
some
my
people that's clothed can come to your show that display themselves
You trying to cut my
properly.
numbers way down. I already
I'm
got my
just
10
saying.
followers now.
I'm just saying. You say it's distracting you. You
Right,
can
right.
control that though. Is what I'm saying.
Yeah, I just have to stay off social media and just post.
Or that. I know it's hard, bro, because it's right there. It's,
Put your ass
and
up.
the same with women. It's hard. It's the men. They're bam. They're right there. They're everywhere. So I mean, you can control yourself though.
Damn.
Yeah,
But be careful who you share that energy with, because
Just put a condom on the computer. Be
it
protected.
ain't always.
I don't. That's just been my motto. I never. Maybe
Good
because
talk.
what is it? What is your
And you
yeah? What is it? Your
and one more thing too. If you ever go on TikTok and one of them pop up and you try to back out of TikTok, they're gonna show you 45 different videos of them still dancing with booty all out. It's like, damn, I'm trying to back out of TikTok. But now you're gonna introduce me to somebody else. Let me go and check a page out.
See, see, rabbit hole.
Yo.
Good talk, y'all. Thank you.
Thank you. So
fine ass. Yeah.
for damn, what was I getting ready to say?
We don't know.
I don't know neither shit.
For-
Hey, listen. This is the Signal 27 show. We do want to thank you all for tuning in. We go live every Sunday at 6:30 right here on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter. These next 2 weeks, we will not have a show. One, because next week is Father's Day. So for all of the fathers
Happy
out
Father's
there,
Day,
I want to wish
Kings.
you a happy Father's
you.
Day.
Thank
Make
you,
sure
thank
that
you,
your
guys.
kids get you something more than fucking socks and ties and stuff like that. Get us what we like.
Give me the money.
Or give him the money.
It's the 16th.
I don't
You
know
like
when is it.
$1,700 video game shit.
Yeah,
So
but I'm not expecting for any
hashtag
of y'all
not
to
getting
get
it this
that.
Buy
weekend.
that nigga a little.
Hashtag you're getting something else. Take that shit or leave it. Okay.
Hashtag get him a Mac Mini.
Hashtag help. You know what I mean?
Hashtag
We
buy
honor
that-
you though, King.
Right.
We
Buy
got
that
you.
nigga a little landing up in here.
So whatever, dog. So all the men out there, I want to wish you a happy Father's Day because we won't be on next week. And the week after that is my daughter's birthday.
17-year-old girl.
So, right. So she asked me she asked me not to do the show. So out of respect for her, and I love her.
And it's her birthday party that day.
And it's her birthday party that day. We will not be doing the show. So go back and listen to us on iTunes, Google Play, Spotify, iHeartRadio, and Pandora. I prepared for this situation because I already uploaded 3 hours already total to take you all through the month until we get back on.
Look at you, bro. That's what I like about you.
But when we come back, though,
is that the 4th of July weekend?
We ain't celebrating no 4th of July.
Juneteenth.
No, we gonna be off though.
Well, I'm gonna show you. I'm
gonna be home.
Yeah, I'm gonna be home too.
Yeah, I don't never celebrate the 4th.
Yeah,
don't get it twisted. I don't do
No,
nothing.
I usually do, bro.
Yeah. I don't do nothing. I've been cut their holidays out.
4th of July. So we'll come back 2 weeks and do the. All right, so fuck the 4th of July, and we will be here doing the show for the 4th of July weekend. I will if my job give me that Monday off, I'm gonna take that.
It's on a damn Saturday. I think.
Yeah,
is. And you on the computer, you can work home.
Yeah, but I don't want to do that.
Put everybody on hold.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah. So before we leave, I want you to go ahead and know that Keita has a web page on her Facebook page. It's called Get Some. So you see her shirt that she has on right now.
GITSUM.
Yes.
Get the sum total of things that bring you health and wealth.
Right.
Hey.
So y'all make sure y'all go to her Facebook page and like that page. The more followers she have, the best. And you can always get positive motivation. You can get information on her apparel that she has. And just be there to support because she works out. She gives you financial information as well to help you boost up your money as well as your health and your wealth. All right?
But you're going to get the real. You're going to get my opinion. And if you don't like it, keep scrolling.
Shout out to the black market. I shared the video in there and the admin approved it. Oh, no, I didn't. She was done.
No, you did it again.
Trying to cause some strife.
No, you did it again.
See Black Market, Leroy? And they do advertisement and stuff in there, so I put us in there. And the goddess lists some black farmers and all that stuff. And
okay, I need to get all that.
You can list your business in there as well.
Explain the BAA. They might want to be in that.
I don't know what the BAA.
It's some group.
We'll figure it out once the show's over. Next to me, you got David Emanuel, King of Conscious Comedy. David Emanuel is his Facebook page. Is there any other pages you want to let people know to go follow?
Hey, Unity Over Beliefs shirt that I made, and I made it, for the people. And you go to spreadshirt.com and get your shirt. It's one for the people that want to have Africa as a map, United States as a map, and one with no map. One of my non-melanated actor friends got one today with no map on it. He wanted to wear it, wasn't cited. So, I got one for all of y'all. But I'm not exploiting you. If you put the shirt on, I hope the spirit of unity takes over your body.
Come on, God.
Hello.
Yes.
My name is Leroy Gordon. You can always check me out at thelastleroy.com. That's my webpage, and they'll give you all the information on the Signal 27 show and everything else that I got planned on coming down the pipeline. To the right of me would have been Ed, but Ed is not here to give you his stuff. So
Clear.
On his behalf,
yes.
I will inform you of the YouTube page of Denarium, where he will be posting up videos of different drinks and stuff like that. If you want to learn how to be a bartender, Ed will be able to show you with a little touch of comedy in there. All right?
And that's DANNERIUM.
Denarium. All right? And
that
Chip,
could be his name. He look like a denarium.
And to the right of me, that is comedian Big Chip. What you got going on,
You
Chip?
can catch me on Instagram, comedian Big Chip. You can also order your halfway baptized shirt.
Yes.
My AS apparel, Alberta Son.
Yes.
Y'all come get it.
Come get
Coming out with a
some.
new shirt, coming soon. And
Yes.
something else special that I can't talk about till I finish.
Alberta Son.
Get some. We got a new one coming out too. We designed something new for y'all too. So y'all hit me up for your Get Some shirts.
All right.
Hashtag Black Lives Matter.
Yes, Black lives do matter.
All right. And
Take
then,
it or leave it.
And then the last
Hashtag
shout.
my daddy wasn't in my life don't matter. Oh, go ahead.
All right. And the last shout out of tonight is going to be for Tyresha Nelson. Tyresha Nelson just changed the emblem. There is
Yes!
no more 8th Street Cafe.
It's beautiful.
Right now, it is official. It is T. Posh
Natural.
Yes, and it's beautiful,
right there.
y'all.
And Friday will be the Juneteenth celebration.
That is right.
Starting from 4 to 8, I think it is. And we have one on Souptail. The Melanin Market is going to be, we're going to be vending out there on Saturday. And then Sunday, we will be at American Beach for the Juneteenth celebration. It's going to be a big weekend
gonna be
with a
lit.
whole lot of things to do. I might have to take some Yohimbe because I'm going to have to get my energy up. But I will be.
Lit.
Right.
I'll be vending at T-Posh and at Souptail. This will be my first time selling over there at Souptail, other than when I tried to sell that Coke crack rock, but I wasn't good at it.
Wow.
I wasn't good at it.
Wow,
I wasn't
thank
good at
y'all.
it.
You know that was what we said, crack rock.
Yeah, the crack rocks. I used to sell that back in that juggle. Wouldn't you know about that chip? You know about that chip?
Juggle, give me a slap. I'm going to cut this up. I'm going to make it.
Right. So I want to thank you all for tuning in to the
Thank
Signal 27
y'all.
show. Thank y'all, and y'all have yourself a good week.
Peace out.
Peace.
Knuckle.
To the God.
Hey, you wanna hear a good joke? Nobody speak, nobody get choked.